what about today? What about the panel? Is it useful for you to share the experience of the BBC with the experience of also the Italian newspaper?
Definitely, yeah. It's my first time in Perugia, and as I said in the start of the panel there, it's really great to be here because I've heard a lot about the festival. It's an amazing venue in terms of the room, but also the city. Incredible place to be. Arrived right before the start of the panel, but it was great to get stuck in, and really good conversation. Really well chaired. I thought it was great to. I know I've met Greg before and talked to him about the Washington Post project, but I think one of the great things about festivals like this is the chance to talk to people who have experiences that aren't necessarily the ones you have day to day and from different areas. So having Luca on the panel was really interesting. I thought it was great to get a different perspective and hear about some of the problems, which are some of the same, but also in a different environment. So the way they play out sometimes is a bit different.
And what about the strategies? How do you think a single strategy can influence the future of commenting? Because if comments influence and needs and it needs a strategy to be controlled, the same happens to the comments.
Yeah, I think one of the themes, well, we didn't really explore it a lot, although I suppose maybe that's what the whole point of the panel was, but one of the points that everyone made at the beginning is that at the moment it doesn't seem like there's an answer. There isn't a kind of, yeah, well, if we all did this then we'd be fine. And then I think Luca made a really good point comparing it to the situation with business models, right? So a couple of years ago everyone was saying, okay, what's the business model? How should commercial operations, media operations survive? Is it, you know, a paywall? Is it a freemium model? What's the model? And now we've realised that actually it's not going to be one size fits all. And I think the same thing applies to the commenting, and its relationship to a wider strategy. It's going to be different wherever you are, depending on who you're trying to appeal to, what your targets are, who you're trying to get in the front door, what you want them to do when they're with you on the site. The key thing though is to be, I think the message was that not to just say we can't handle it, we're just going to let them comment over there and it's not for us. I think the key thing is to think about it intelligently and try and work out a way where you can still do it but make it still work strategically and from a cost point of view.